Hello, Avioners. Welcome back to A Taste of Adventure, a six-part series where we're talking to feast-on chefs about their favorite restaurants, recipes, and local products. Thanks for joining us today through the Avion collection, an ever-growing catalog of exclusive value, insider tips, and unique experiences just for Avioners. My name is Agatha Podgorski. Through my work with the Culinary Tourism Alliance, I've spent the last 10 years exploring the undiscovered corners of Canada, meeting with chefs, farmers, and artisans, trying to define what makes Canadian food so special. We run a program called Feast On. It's a program that helps chefs source and celebrate Ontario food, and in turn, helps you make better restaurant choices when you visit. The Feast On chef we're chatting with today had his aha moment while watching Chef Brad Long cooking a dish at the CN Tower's 360 restaurant on TV. In the years to come, he would open his own restaurant and change the way people saw Asian food in Canada. I'm extremely excited to introduce you guys to culinary pundit, restaurateur, and expert on new Asian cuisine, Nick Liu.
Hi, how you doing?
I'm good. You know, getting used to working in my home kitchen here.
Well, I did that for the first 6 months of the closure, and now we're here. We're in DaiLo kitchen. It's great to be here with you guys. Thank you so much for inviting me.
DaiLo turned 6 this year. Congratulations. That's huge. Your restaurant's pretty special for a myriad of reasons. One of them being the Hakka wontons, which I'm mildly obsessed with. If there was a secret sauce behind DaiLo and your unique take on Asian cooking, what would be in that sauce?
Well, I mean, that secret sauce is, it's just years of experience and travel. I also can't do this on my own. It comes with an amazing team of chefs that want to work with me, that inspire me to do, better and do more. An amazing front house staff with, like GMs, managers, bartenders, that all take what I've put into this restaurant and the philosophies that I've come up with and the story we tell behind the scenes. They're all able to take this all in and kind of be that in their own departments.
From what I understand, we're in for a bit of a treat today. You're going to be showing us how to make a Singapore hawker street classic. Am I right?
Yeah, I guess it's like more of my version of this classic. Yeah, absolutely. When I was I got a chance to cook in Singapore for a quick moment. I was lucky enough to go over with David Lee when I was working as a sous chef at Splendido, and the kitchen at the
Rest in peace, by the way.
The kitchen at the Ritz, would take us out every night and take us to hawkers and all these different like great food places. And the best thing I've ever eaten in my entire life was a Singapore chili crab. And the next day I went to one of the guys that took me. I was like, oh man, I can't believe that crab. It was so insane. It was so good. Do you know how to make it? Can you kind of give me a few tips? So he actually grabbed the crab from the fridge and showed me how he made it. And the way that I do this crab might not be exactly the same because I guess it crosses what I can remember I tasted and what I can remember he showed me. So this is sort of my own version, but it's definitely inspired by my favorite dish in the world, Singapore chili crab.
So this beautiful crab, let's see it. Where'd you get it?
All right, so I've got a beautiful crab right here, right? And this is a BC Dungeness crab. For this recipe, you can use any crab. I prefer using Dungeness crab from BC because the meat is so sweet. It's plump. There's a lot of it. It's it's just a beautiful product. Right now, because of COVID, Chinatown is kind of hurting. So I like to support my local grocers and my local businesses. And I am getting my crab right now in Chinatown, live in tanks. I would usually get most of my seafood from Diana's in Scarborough. Amazing place. She's been around for ages. Since I've been a young cook, I have known Diana. So I've got my beautiful BC Dungeness crab. I'm going to break them down right now. So just give me a second and I'll be right back with you. We do want some of those juices from the crab to get into your sauce. So I'm just gonna do little scores in the meat and a little crack in the claw. And that allows some of the juices to kind of get into the meat and some of the juices from the crab to get into the sauce. Come with me. I'm going to deep fry this with you. I'm going to show you how this is done.
Amazing. We get a little tour of the back of house of DaiLo too.
I've got my deep fryer here. I've got my crab here. And what I'm going to do right now, I have a little bit of egg wash. And we're going to throw some egg wash in my bowl with the crab. And we're going to take our XO sauce, our Ninja Chef XO sauce. And you can purchase these at DaiLo. If I have a whole line of them, about 5 different sauces. And we're going to take a nice healthy spoon of the XO, which is like a fried dry chili paste. And we're going to give this a good toss. And really coat that egg and that XO, really get all those things in there. In this bowl, I have some cornstarch. And this is one of, I guess, the most important ingredients in Chinese cuisine. We use it all the time. And one of my favorite ways of using this is by coating anything I'm putting in a deep fryer. It makes it beautiful, makes it crispy, and it keeps whatever you're frying really, really crispy. Even if you throw it in sauce, and this method for me is one of the best things I ever discovered.
It looks so pretty easy to do at home too. I heard about a word, velveting, described to me in terms of Chinese cooking. Is this similar?
No, so velveting would usually be with meats.
Okay.
And what you're doing with velveting is you're actually using sodium bicarb to break down the enzymes and break down the fibers in meat and make it like tender. So whenever you go like Chinese restaurant, like you're eating like this beef and it's like, it's so tender and it's like a different texture. And it's like, how the hell can this be even like meat? That's what they do. It's velveting. I can't believe you know that. It's really good.
I'm a bit of a food nerd.
Now that I have my crab nice and coated, right, as you can see, we're going to add these pieces to our deep fryer.
So if somebody didn't have a deep fryer at home and lived outside of the delivery range of DaiLo, which I'm really sorry for those people, is there something they could do to recreate this dish at home?
Absolutely. The deep frying of the crab isn't necessary. You can actually just take your broken down crab, and when we get to the sauce, right, and the sauce is complete, you can throw the crab in there and steam it in the sauce, and that'll work just as fine. If you do have like an air fryer, you can use an air fryer, or if you have a wok, if you're lucky enough to have a wok, deep frying in a wok is one of my favorite things to do, and I do it all the time at home. Probably at least like once or twice a week.
Good to know. I do not own a deep fryer, but I do own a real nice seasoned wok, so maybe I will try that at home.
And we want to make sure that we're not overcooking this crab, right? So we just want a nice golden color. This crab is beautiful.
That looks perfect.
So in this bowl, right, was the egg and the XO. We're gonna keep this, right, because once we get our sauce made, we're gonna use this egg and XO, and we're gonna sort of use it in a half Asian, half French sort of way. We're gonna create a liaison, right? And traditionally, they would just throw the egg into the sauce, right, and it would split, and you'd get like this kind of like egg droplet sort of thing going on, right? What we do here in DaiLo, we liaison the egg into the crab sauce. So we heat the sauce, we take it off, and then we slowly pour the egg in while moving it, and it creates this thick kind of like rich sauce. So
looks like it takes some good wrist action going there as you mock us up. All right, take us over. Let's see how that sauce is made.
And I'm gonna start this all off with a little bit of chili oil, okay? Chili oil, very easy to make, right? Take some oil, heat it up, throw some chilies, Asian aromatics, whatever you like, peppers, anything that makes it kind of like red. So you can put some paprika in there as well, and that'll give it a good start. So the secret of a wok is you want to get it super hot. Okay, we're gonna get our oil in there. Get a nice amount of oil, and you can see that wok getting super hot. And we're gonna get some of our AG. Right, and we just want to toast that AG, right, until it gets some nice kind of golden colors, right? Cook that out. And we're gonna throw our red onions in. Red onions in, a little bit of salt. And really important when you're cooking is salt everything along the way, right? You're building and layering flavors, right? As you salt things, right, it's gonna sear, and that salt's gonna go right into everything that you put in. So important, and very, very important. Salt everything. And we're just gonna saute this onions off until they go a little bit translucent. You're gonna see a little different color in them, and that's exactly what you're looking for. And always high heat with the wok. We're gonna throw in our chilies. And you're just gonna saute that off for a little bit, right? A couple seconds, right? Again, a little bit of salt. Now we're going to add our master stock. So our master stock has some Shaoxing in there, Shaoxing Chinese wine. It's like a soy braising liquid, right? And it has a good amount of sugar in there as well. So it's kind of got some salty, sweet things going on, right? We're just going to bring that up to a boil, right? Add some of our oyster sauce. And you do want a fair amount of this. I'm gonna put about maybe about a quarter cup of that, and we're just gonna cook that in. Right now, it's got a little bit of an excessive sweetness, right? So we want to just kind of dampen that down, and we're gonna do that with some fish sauce, right? Up that salt level, right? So you get that nice balance, right? We're gonna toss our crab in here. So all of that sauce is going to absorb into our crab. We're going to finish off with some nut crumble. And now we're going to turn off our heat. And we've got our egg. Okay, so we're going to let this cool just slightly, right? Make sure we're not seeing any bubbles in that pan, right? And I'm going to slowly throw that egg, and that egg has all those crab juices in there. It's got some XO, but mostly it's got a lot of that crab juice, right? And that crab juice is going to give you some beautiful flavors. It's going to give you some real depth and that sweetness that we really love with BC Dungeness Crab. And that sauce is already hot, so it's going to just keep thickening and thickening.
That looks so good, Nick. Should we plate this up?
All right, so I got my BC Dungeness crabs all ready to go. There's a few things that I love putting on this board, and I love kind of making this really gnarly and kind of high and I want to create its natural habitat back on this board. Okay, so I want to pretend this crab is crawling around on coral and just doing its thing. So for that, I'm gonna need some green stuff. All right, so I've got some cucumber, which is perfect for a Thai type salad. Or a South Asian type salad. We're gonna take some kind of twigs and stuff. So I've got some shallots. We've got some kind of flavoring seaweed, which is gonna be our lime leaf. Let's get a whole bunch of herbs in there, right? Because we need debris just kind of floating around everywhere, right? Seaweeds and all types of things in the sea. Let's put some of this in there. And we're going to, I've got a nam jum here. A nam jum is your classic kind of Thai dipping sauce. We use it as a dressing, basically lime juice, fish sauce, palm sugar, and chili. Give that a little bit of a dressing. This component, the salad component, is going to, kind of give you a nice refreshing break after you eat this beautiful rich crab. I've got a little bit of a nest here of noodles. So we're going to create some type of
A home. We're building a home for our crab.
home here, right? Some of the seaweedy kind of salady stuff kind of going on, right? At the bottom of the ocean. Now, this is the fun part. I love this part. And I'm going to take some of these guys. And, the crab's crawling over this thing. And we're just going to lay these guys kind of all over, right? Some front, some back. Things crawling over each other, right? Get some nice height. We've got our sauce. Just gonna spoon on top. And that's not even it. Okay, this is like just the foundation now. Now we want to give them all sorts of like textures, right? So the beautiful thing with this is, it does have that coating and that's gonna keep it crunchy, but you want to emulate some of that crunch now. So I've got some fried garlic and onion. We're just gonna pour that guy right on top. We're gonna take some more of our nut crumble. We're gonna get that guy right on top. We want to spice it up a bit. So I've got some fried dried chilies. Sprinkle that on top. And then I've got some fried basil.
Mm.
And then at DaiLo, nothing is finished until it has Asian garnish on top. Is green onion, chilies, and coriander. And that's kind of basically it. Very, very simple dish, right? I guarantee you, if you serve this to your guests, right, they will be blown away. You do have a recipe there for you, and hopefully you can follow along.
So Nick, you've cooked pretty much everywhere, which is evident from the stories you tell and the beautiful food you've created. Is there a restaurant in Ontario that you'd like to visit if you haven't, or a place that you're dying to go back to when it's safe to travel again?
Well, I kind of feel embarrassed. I haven't been to Alo yet. It's one of the restaurants that had been on my list for quite a while. And I guess I've been waiting for the special moment to go. And then all of a sudden it was too late. And COVID hit. Even though I have ordered Alo online and had it at home, there's still nothing like getting that full experience when you go to a restaurant. Some of the other restaurants that I'm really looking forward to going to again are the restaurants that I didn't realize I went to so much until they were closed. Places like Taste of China and King's Noodles.
I'm definitely ordering noodle soup from King's Noodle after this session with you, because now I have a craving. So what about the rest of Canada? Is there a place that's doing food, drink, hospitality really well that when we're able to travel again, you're gonna head and visit?
There are so many places across Canada that are doing such amazing food and service. Just to mention a few, I guess one of my favorite places all time is Kisatanto in Vancouver. I think Joel is doing an outstanding job. I really dig his food. We have very similar styles, so I get really inspired by a lot of things that he's doing. There's Calgary, there's Shokinen in Calgary. Had such an amazing time there. Lots of yakitori, Japanese izakaya. There's Naked Almond in Winnipeg. Man, that guy is crushing it. One of the best meals, one of the most memorable meals I've had in the most recent times that I've been traveling across Canada.
Thanks so much for joining us today, Nick. It's been an absolute pleasure spending this time in your kitchen with you. I cannot wait to come back and eat a couple orders of those haka wontons, a couple orders of fried watermelon, and definitely a couple of those cocktails we talked about today. It's been an absolute delight. Have yourself a good one.
Thank you so much for having me. Good night, and we'll see you soon.
Thanks again for joining us through the Avion collection. If you'd like to learn more about Feast On, we encourage you to explore ontarioculinary.com. And of course, for more Taste of Adventure episodes, head to rbcrewards.com/Avion collection.